Discipline beats motivation every single time. Motivation gets you started, discipline gets you going, and most people never make the switch. They spend years chasing motivation, waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel inspired, waiting for the perfect moment, and they never train consistently because motivation doesn't show up every day, but discipline does. There are days you don't want to train. You're tired, you had a long day, you didn't sleep well. Every part of you is saying skip it. And if you're waiting for motivation, you will tell yourself, I'll make it up tomorrow. I'll go hard in next section. One day off won't matter. And you're right. One day doesn't matter. But one day becomes two, two becomes a week becomes a month, and suddenly you're back where you started. That's what happens when you rely on motivation. It's unreliable. It comes and goes. It's tied to how you feel, and feelings change. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. I stopped waiting to feel like training about probably about a year and a half ago. And I don't ask myself if I want to train. I just go and do it. Same time, same days, every week. Some days are good, and some days are not so good. Some days the weight moves fast and I hit PRs, and other days it feels like I've regressed. Everything feels heavy, my form might be off, but I show up and I complete the workout anyway. Because that individual workout isn't the point. The point is the pattern, the habit that you're building, the identity of being someone who trains. When you rely on motivation, training is an event, something you do when you feel inspired. When you build that pattern, that discipline, training becomes who you are, something you do regardless of how you feel. And that shift changes everything. Motivation may be loud, it may be hype videos and pump up music and pre-workout and screaming at the weight. Discipline is quiet. It's showing up when no one is watching. It's doing the work even when it's not exciting. It's trusting the process when you don't see the results yet. Most people overcomplicate training because they're chasing motivation. They need novelty to stay interested, new exercises, new programs, new splits. When you have discipline, you don't need novelty. You can do the same basic movement for years. You're training for results, and results come from doing simple things consistently, not complicating things sporadically. That's when people don't understand. Motivation makes training special. Discipline makes training normal, and normal is what builds you. Not the days when you feel amazing and hit PRs, the days when you feel terrible, show up anyways. Those days are the days that matter. You don't build discipline by waiting for the perfect condition. You build it by training in imperfect conditions. When you're tired, when you're stressed, when you don't feel like it, that's when discipline is built, in this decision to show up anyway. And here's what happens over time. The bad days become normal days, the normal days become good days, and the good days become great days. Not because you found motivation, but because you've built a capacity through consistency. So people think discipline means forcing yourself to do something you hate, but it doesn't. Discipline means doing what you committed to regardless of how you feel about it in the moment. And the more you do it, the easier it gets for you. Not because the work gets easier, but because identity changes. You stop being someone who needs to feel motivated, and you become someone who just shows up. Motivation is a feeling, discipline is a practice. Motivation fades, discipline builds. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to feel inspired. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need to show up. Do that enough times and you stop thinking about it. Training becomes what you do, not because you're motivated, because you're disciplined. And if you need an environment that reinforces that, people who understand showing up matters more than feeling ready, links in the description.